As the Wolfpack come back to Hartford, a man that'll be very instrumental in possible success will be Chris Lawrence. You may think at 31 that he is a young calf, but his experience on the ice make him an old bull. Chris is the general manager of the XL Center, Rentschler Field, and business operations for the Hartford Wolfpack. And I want to know a little bit about your transition from finishing your hockey career, and obviously you went to Adirondack a few years ago, but what can you tell me about that job officially? What did you do?
We were set up there. So I work for Global Spectrum. We're a facility management company. We manage about 115 arenas, stadiums, convention centers, performing arts centers, theaters, internationally. We'll come in for a university or a client, a state authority, similar to what we have here, and we'll manage accounts for them. The booking of events, the finance, the operations, ticket sales, that sort of stuff. So I got an opportunity to go up to Glens Falls and manage our facility up there. It's about a 5,000 seat arena that hosts anywhere from 5 to 10 concerts a year, handful of family shows, a lot of high school sports, but also has the Flyers AHL team, the Adirondack Phantoms, that are playing there. We're there to work with them for things that they need, so utilizing the box office, making sure that the players are taken care of when they come in. You know, the ice is good, the benches are good, the locker room's in good shape.
Big Flyers fan that you are, did you ever try to get out there on the ice and try to play for the Adirondack Phantoms?
No, you know what, at this point, if I could get up and down the ice 2 or 3 times, I'd be lucky.
Glens Falls, a lot different than Hartford in the fact that I think Hartford's the number 34 market in the United States, and Glens Falls a little away from that. But being 31, kind of young as I believe, do you think that you have a tall task ahead of you here?
Yes and no. I mean, I think coming into this, we're coming in a little bit dark. Obviously, you know, our client's been great to work with, the CRDA, they're a state authority, so I've been working very closely with them. We operate the XL Center, but also Rentschler Field, so working very close with the University of Connecticut, their basketball and football programs, but also they have a hockey program that's transitioned into Hockey East, which I think is pretty exciting as well. So I'm working pretty closely with them on really trying to bring as many events, UConn perspective, back down here, working with them over at the football field through a lot of things that we have going on. Our company does a great job of giving us resources. So I have people in senior management positions that I'm personal friends with, that are professional, that have been through these challenges before. The biggest thing I learned when I was in Glens Falls was what I don't know about the industry, and really relying on your resources and people that are there.
The Pack is back.
Yeah.
Why was it so important to have that name change?
It was us in combination with the state, with MSG, who actually is the ownership group. I think it benefited us in the sense of coming in new and fresh. We set ourselves up to be successful with allocating certain staff members to focus really on the hockey team and the ticket sales components and the marketing and the community relations and sponsorships and game presentation. It's really about the experience when families come in here. But there's things to do outside of the hockey game.
Talks of possibly bringing in UConn hockey for a couple of games. Obviously, some community initiatives. What can you guys offer to kind of prosper and grow Connecticut hockey? We're
in a really great situation in terms of the youth hockey market in the state of Connecticut is huge. And you look at the New England area and it's big. So if you're an 11, 12, 13-year-old kid playing youth hockey and you have aspirations of going to the juniors or college or pro hockey, come in here, getting your mom and dad out and bringing them where it's going to be affordable. Parents are going to have a night out, a safe environment. But as an 11, 12-year-old, 13-year-old kid, you're going to be able to come watch professional hockey players and watch how they carry and handle themselves on the ice, off the ice, what are the little things they're doing. And UConn is starting to develop that program. I think they've done a great job putting a coach in place that's going to allow them to be successful. Hopefully they're able to recruit and we can be a part of that, with hosting their Hockey East games down here.
Now, it's not just the XL Center, it's not just the Wolfpack. Obviously, you work with Global Spectrum to also work with Rentschler Field. And, I would like for you to just basically describe your day-to-day job.
It's real. I've broken it down into 3 buckets. I'm the liaison for Global Spectrum between our senior management, which corporate headquarters are in Philadelphia, and our client, which is the CRDA. So they're a state agency that we report to. Essentially, it's a state-run building the way we're a third-party contractor. The second component is really booking the building, getting events in here, working with agents, promoters to bring concerts, family shows, or entertainment options, whether they're sporting options. The exhibition hall is a great space for trade shows. So really working nationally with all the agents and promoters out there to push the building. But then the third component is really working with our staff. So we have, departments set up in finance, marketing, box office, human relations, operations, really utilizing those departments, manage them on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, hiring good people, letting them do their job, but giving them the resources, giving them my input on what things we think might be successful.
From your hockey career, is there anything that you could pick up on in the locker room, that maybe a specific thing that you used to say to your fellow players that you can use obviously in the business world?
I don't think it's anything I say, but more or less it's a great asset to be involved in a team sport and team environment at any level, because you get to rely on people. You have to pull your own weight individually, but collectively that's where the success comes from, and it's no different than a facility or facilities like ours.
You get a lot of different sports, obviously gymnastics, the WWE, and also some concert acts like Pearl Jam and Justin Bieber. Do you ever just get to be a kid again and say, you know, I'd like to see this person, or I'd like to meet that person?
Yeah, when you're going through the process of booking an event, or you get an email or a phone call about, hey, hold this date for this potential act, there's a little part of me that's like, hey, this is pretty cool. When you're here during the event, it's difficult because you're here to do a job. You're here to make sure that your customers are getting a first-class experience when you're coming through. So it's a lot of walking around, a lot of visualizing, a lot of making sure, working with our concessions group, working with our security group to make sure that first-class experience is there. But there are certain times where, especially now, we have a huge fall schedule coming out. We have a huge weekend in October where, like you said, Pearl Jam's coming, then Drake is on Saturday night, Fish on Sunday night. Going through that, you take a step back, you're like, hey, this is pretty cool that I'm like on the inside here.
Finally, if you can, just kind of comment, first of all, on the state of youth hockey in the country, and then I'd like to know a little bit about what you think about hockey as a whole in Connecticut.
Well, youth hockey I think it's growing. I think one of the exciting things about nationally is you start seeing players coming in and getting drafted from California and Texas, Florida, some of those non-traditional power markets. I think from Connecticut's standpoint, as these colleges continue to grow, I think it's great that kids can stay in-state, go to college, get a great education, but also get a great Division I experience. You look at Quinnipiac and Yale, but you get UConn. I think UConn's really going to put themselves in a great situation. It's going to take a little bit of time, as anything does, but I think it's going to be a really, really good thing for the youth hockey here. They're going to be able to go out and see high quality college experience, but also stay in state. Their family and friends will be able to travel and see them play on a game-by-game basis, and that stuff's invaluable.
I want to thank you very much for spending all this time with us and really giving us a general idea of what's going on and what you and Global Spectrum plan on doing with the Wolfpack.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Chris won't be able to control how the Wolfpack play on the ice, but one thing is for certain. He has the tools to help them out in the business world in order to make them, as well as his other entities, very successful. For Gotta Love Connecticut Hockey, I'm Francesco Graziano Jr.